across the river at Berkman 2. All right.
I mean, on my end, you are at least.
Okay. Greg just texted at 9:40. Switch out our batteries and everything, just so we're fresh for everything.
I mean, I may have to go sooner. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're talking about one little battery going 45 minutes now straight. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that hockey.
Hey, Cameron. This is Rich Donnelly. How was Vegas? I haven't seen you since before the trip. Glad you had fun.
There's the fireboat.
Things are going well. You know, just waiting for this thing to get blown up.
$9 million for that fireboat.
That's what it costs.
What's your name?
Luis.
Luis Jomasa.
Hey, good to meet you.
Jose.
Carlos. No, just kidding. Right.
Took it anyways. Everybody that didn't have a Spanish equivalent name was Diego.
Dora.
Yeah, everybody became Diego. Had like 6 Diegos. Like, you know, you got a kid named like Max or something like
Yeah.
that. There's no.
Yeah.
So you became Diego.
All right.
Diego.
Oh, look at the people on the jet
Mine
skis.
was easy.
Oh yeah, I think it would be great to
Yeah.
just be out there for that.
Yeah.
Does he talk to you when you're up or something?
Nope. So you said good to go whenever.
Yep, go ahead.
Hi everybody, Rich Donnelly here along the south bank of the St. Johns River. We're here for the Berkman 2 implosion, and there are plenty of folks out here. Now just a little recap of what you may have been watching on our digital stream here on firstcoastnews.com. We have multiple angles of Berkman 2 prior to the implosion. Our show will begin at 9:50 on the TV side of First Coast News. Mayor Lenny Curry will speak shortly after that. He will press the button at 10 a.m. and after more than 14 years, Berkman 2 will come down. Now, right now, I'm joined by Luis. There's a lot of people here enjoying just a beautiful sunny day. What brought you out just to watch this implosion?
It's going to be, so I know they uploaded a couple before, so this is the first time that I'm actually going to get to watch one. So it's a little bit of a different morning. It's interesting.
And the only one. What's it like to see? We have a couple hundred people down here on the South Bank just ready to watch. It's sort of a sense of community and camaraderie to watch a little implosion.
For sure, that many people got the opportunity to see it. It's not every day that you have the chance to see something like to that magnitude, you know?
So we understand that there could be a big cloud of dust. We're set so far back. We're not going to get dusty, or at least we don't think so. Was that part of your plan in picking the location to be able to watch today?
Well, yes, you know, obviously, you know, as a Jacksonville resident, I've been here for a long time, so I just kind of felt like, you know, this will be a good spot, and just like everybody else, you know what I mean, they're here to watch it, so we're all doing the same thing.
Very cool. And who did you bring along with you today?
I brought my son, so it's just, you know, it'll be different. Like, he's pretty excited about it, you know, so it'll be fun.
Very cool. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the implosion.
For sure.
Awesome. I
right.
appreciate it. Thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
Curry will press to set the implosion. Go. Shortly after that. Again, I'm Rich Donnelly, and we'll check back in with you in a little while.
Well, thank you so much. It's not going to be on like right now, later tonight.
We're live right now.
Oh, right?
On the web.
Yeah, on our website.
Okay, cool.
So I don't know if they archived the
reach out on my Instagram. How can I do that? Like, you either gonna have it and just like send me a link or something, or I can just download it or something. Like,
Yeah. So when the story will air during 6 o'clock news every time. So the reporter news time.
oh, there you go. Yeah. So
And then other than that, should go on firstlooknews.com.
yeah. Right.
It won't be the full interview.
Yeah. That's cool. You know what I mean? I just want to know he's going to be around 6. All right.
6 o'clock.
Thanks, bro.
Absolutely. Enjoy the show.
Rich, you have a key on you?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check.
look at all the boats. Jamie.
I know, it's such a donut. Alright, well, cool. I'll get it and then I'll put it back on. Where's that?
I think we're there.
I think we're there.
Got the building?
Maybe.
Want me to take it?
Oh, I think
We can't see it.
I was like,
I
I
can't
can't
see the building.
I am a professional photographer.
I was gonna say, I feel special now. Thanks, Ann.
Hold on.
Oh.
Spread just a hair apart. We're gonna put the building right in the middle.
Oh, you're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
He's like, I'm just doing nothing. Thanks, guys.
I don't know.
What was it? Scrapple?
You're gonna have me do another one of the sort of, hey, here's what you're watching things.
It's fully charged on the thing. I plug it in. It's at 30%.
Do you want me to give you some of mine?
Yeah, give me one of yours.
Okay, I'm gonna do this thing quick, and then we'll do that.
Yeah, you good?
All right. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining our live stream coverage of the Berkman 2 implosion. Rich Donnelly here on the south bank of the St. Johns River. And over my shoulder, you can see Berkman 2. It's only going to be standing for about 30 more minutes. Mayor Lenny Curry will push the button to begin the implosion at almost 10 a.m. sharp. Now, at 9:50, our coverage will begin on First Coast News, the TV side. Lou Turner anchoring our coverage from inside of our studios. We have team coverage all across downtown Jacksonville to bring you this implosion. Now, a lot of people have talked about what will happen to Berkman Plaza when Berkman 2 goes down. Well, earlier this week we spoke with a structural engineer who says Berkman Plaza is completely fine. The biggest risk for residents there are very dusty windows, and the demolition team put up large cargo canisters to blockade the first 3 floors of Berkman Plaza from possible detonation debris coming from Berkman 2. They also installed a rubble mound right along the base of Berkman 2 to help kind of slow down any explosive impediments coming from that direction. The structural engineer also believes that Berkman 2 will just kind of collapse in on itself after the bottom is blown out with detonations. Still, the VIP area, Mayor Lenny Curry, and some residents on the east side of Berkman Plaza are down near Metro Park, just east on Bay Street, to watch the implosion. But again, 9:50 a.m. we begin on the TV side of things, and it should be all systems go at 10 a.m. for the implosion. But for now, reporting live, Rich Donnelly, First Coast News, on your side. Thank you, sir. And then I'll go grab those batteries.
Grab them both, yeah.
Yeah, it has to
That's plugged in.
has to be some type of. I can hear you. IFB check Atia 1 2 5 4 3 2 1. This is Tia on IFB 1. If you guys can hear me, just let me know. I've done a couple of mic checks and haven't heard anything.
Not at this moment. Let me know when you're ready to.
I did it like 4 times.
Go ahead.
Mic check 1 2 5 4 3 2 1 2 3 4 5.
Got her?
A B C D E F G.
Okay, thank you very much.
This is a First Coast News special report.
Well, good morning to you. It's 9:50. The countdown is on. It is now less than 10 minutes officially. The skyline of downtown Jacksonville will forever change as that structure there you see in the foreground, that skeleton of a building, the long unfinished and abandoned Berkman 2 is set to be imploded. We are live from the South Bank. We are live from the sky and right next door in the Berkman 1. In fact, we've got an angle to bring you as well. Ready to show you every little bit of this historic moment for downtown Jacksonville and quite frankly, just some cool stuff as that building gets imploded. Finally, First Coast News special coverage of the Berkman 2 implosion starts now. From hope and potential to more than 14 years of frustration, the unfinished Berkman 2, right in the core of downtown Jacksonville's North Bank waterfront, finally set to come crashing down.
Maybe they'll think about using it in a movie set and just blowing it up.
The Hollywood part? Not exactly. But blowing it up or maybe blowing it down? Oh, heck yeah. So get your popcorn ready because we're about to light this candle. It's Sunday, March 6th. You're watching the First Coast News special presentation of the Berkman 2 implosion. And because why not have a good time with this? So of course, incredible views here that we've got for you all morning long. Hope you're having a good Sunday morning so far. This is just the tip of the iceberg for what's going to be a busy and wonderful day across the First Coast in Southeast Georgia. I'm Lewis Turner, and now just about 8 minutes away from when they hit the ceremonial button and implode the Berkman 2 building. We've got our team spread out all across downtown. You see right there from Bay Street to the South Bank River Walk. We're going to bring you the sights, the sounds, of course, the reaction to this implosion as well, because we've seen tons of boats on the St. Johns River. We have seen folks lining up to watch, people walking their dogs. There is an exclusion on a safe spot for folks to be able to do that. But first, we are expecting to hear a few words from Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry here any moment from that spot there, from that view of the Berkman 2, any moment here this morning. This, of course, a part of his vision when he was elected mayor. One of his promises would be that you wouldn't recognize downtown Jacksonville by the end of his tenure. And quite frankly, considering all the things that have been imploded or just frankly demolished and taken out of downtown, he may have stuck to that promise. There is the mayor right there, ready and raring to go here in just a moment. And we have seen a lot of buildings come down, as mentioned. The old City Hall Annex, which is right there down from where the mayor is set to speak right now. He is taking the podium, and of course, you know the Jacksonville Landing. Next up, the Berkman 2.
Good morning. Thank you, Councilman Gaffney, for being here today. This has been a long time coming. Also, quickly want to acknowledge my wife, Molly, is here today. I want to thank everybody that's here with us and all the citizens of Jacksonville who are tuning in from their homes. We're here today to mark a much-needed step in the transformation of our downtown. Since I took office, the development of our downtown has been one of my top priorities. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You cannot be a suburb of nowhere. I remain committed to shaping Jacksonville's skyline, and the removal of this building will free up vital resources and capacity to offer new opportunities within our downtown. As we stand here today, we cannot forget the tragic accident that occurred here on December 6, 2007. That day, the garage of this building collapsed, injuring almost 24 people and killing the father of two, 26-year-old Willie Edwards III. What was supposed to be a beautiful, cutting-edge addition to our downtown real estate quickly turned into a nightmare and has continued to sit unfinished, plaguing Jacksonville for 14 years. Today, we honor the memory of Mr. Edwards and redeclare our commitment to the safety of our city by finally demolishing this dangerous structure. This implosion would not be possible without the tireless work of our Chief Administrative Officer, Brian Hughes, Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, Dr. Charles Moreland, the city's department directors, stakeholders, and independent agencies like JEA and TICO. Thank you for your continued support. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to the residents of Berkman 1 and the Berkman 1 board. Thank you for your patience. A lot of patience. I'd also like to thank Councilmember Reggie Gaffney for his advocacy and commitment to this issue, as well as our entire City Council. As you all know, there's been no shortage of hurdles and challenges when it came to bringing this building down. But with the commitment of our city's leadership and our partners, CDI and Peace of Mind Environmental, we're here today. The owner of Peace of Mind, Steve Peace's daughters, are joining us on stage this morning, shortly, 7-year-old Haven and 6-year-old Blythe. They're going to help us press the plunger once we get the 10-second countdown. First, we're going to hear a 2-minute warning signified by a horn blast, then a 1-minute warning with a loud horn blast. In conclusion, I'm grateful to usher in a new chapter in downtown Jacksonville.
Okay, so you heard the mayor there. We're going to get a couple of different warnings, loud horn blasts, and when that goes, we'll go. In the meantime, let's get our team coverage going from every angle here. Rich Donnelly there from the South Bank, where folks are gathering, and even right over your shoulder, Rich, you can see all the boats on the river to check this out.
Yeah, Lou, it's a borderline party atmosphere down here on the south bank of the St. Johns River. Got a few hundred people on shore and possibly a couple more hundred people on boats in the water. Of course, they are south of the exclusion zone, so away far enough from the building, at least in terms of what JSO is commanding them to do. It's a really entertaining time down here. We spoke with a couple of the people who came out just to watch this. They say that they like to watch buildings explode, and they just know that this is going to be a fantastic view of it. It's a gorgeous day. We're going to check in with some of them after the implosion happens, and for now we will go over to Atia Collins.
Good afternoon. We're here in the lot right next to the Berkman 2, and this is where the media and a lot of the residents from the Berkman Plaza are staged to watch the implosion that is going to be happening. You can see it right over my shoulder there. Now, you just heard from Mayor Curry, who took the stage actually to my left, but I talked to a couple residents who are here waiting for this building to come down. One couple I talked to, they lived in the Berkman Plaza for 5 years, and they say they're tired of waking up and going out on their balcony and seeing this empty skeleton structure every day. I talked to another man who's actually out here with this dog. I asked him if he was concerned about safety, and he told me not so much safety, but more of the inconveniences that this demolition might bring. So a lot of excitement, like you just heard from Rich out here. We actually had a group pop a bottle of champagne right there. That is the 2-minute warning, 2 minutes until this building is imploded here behind me. So we're here in the empty lot, lots of excitement, and I'm going to toss to you, Lou, in the studio as we wait for this building to come down.
Right, yeah, 2-minute warning, and there's the mayor. We're going to get a 1-minute warning, and then he'll give us the ceremonial 10-second countdown. We'll, of course, take that entirely and listen carefully as we are getting very, very close to this. Jacksonville, frankly, getting good at this implosion thing. This was something that became a matter of timing. A previous company continuing to put this off week after week, month after month. Due to insurance and liability issues. City of Jacksonville saying, you know what, we're taking over for a price tag right around $1.5 million. Peace of Mind. You see the sign on the very top of the Berkman 2. That's the company actually handling the demolition, where the building going to fall straight down. You're hearing the 1-minute warning. Folks in the Berkman 1, the actual condominium complex there, folks allowed to stay put if they so chose. It's in fact such a controlled implosion, we're told by the company doing it, that it would be safe. There will be some shaking felt downtown. Of course, you'll probably be hearing this if you're in and around. You're watching from the house close by downtown as well. Mayor Linda Curry, Councilman Reggie Gaffney, the family there, ready to go ahead and set the charge. That'll happen and bring it down. Lots of folks, as we saw from Rich, as we saw from Atia, down there downtown. I'm getting close to the 10.
First horn was 2 minutes out, and then another horn should be 1 minute.
3.
Oh, he's pressing the button.
Hope you didn't blink. Talk about precision. Precisely and accurately, right at 10 o'clock, the Berkman 2 has come down here. Sunday, March 6th. Just about 15 years since that tragedy. You'll notice kind of the dust cloud that is moving steadily north, so heads up Springfield, heads up north side of town. It's a steady southerly breeze. We've been talking about that this morning on Good Morning Jacksonville. Just a steady breeze, and that's anticipated. Just a little bit of dust that'll be moving through. You see through the Maxwell House. Wow, look at that rubble that's just piled up there along the north bank. Now, Councilman Reggie Gaffney had said previously this spot, and you see Berkman 1 there in the foreground, this camera that we're looking at here from one of those units in that condominium. So clearly everything is just fine from this vantage point, looking down at that old structure there. Man, it happens fast, doesn't it? And now making way, we're told the folks that own this land, that whole Berkman complex, want to put in high-rise that would rival the tallest building, that Bank of America building. Well, they want it to be the second largest high-rise in Jacksonville, including hotel, retail, mixed-use space there. But, of course, one step at a time here in Jacksonville. This was one of those situations where we kept hearing about the potential, the plans for this to come down, getting pushed back. It truly became a I'll believe it when I see it scenario, and now we're all seeing it there with those crowds. Wonder if, well, we got to get Rich, we need to get Tia and Haley, our team coverage, going there, because even here at Adams Street, our location headquartered right by TIAA Bank Field, we could certainly feel it in your gut, hear it for sure, especially as the implosion happened. I see Haley getting ready to go in front of the camera, so that seems like a fantastic place to get started. Haley Harrison, all right, tell me about it. What'd you feel? What'd you see? What'd you hear? How was that?
Well, Lou, after more than a decade of the Berkman 2 being an eyesore here in downtown, it is gone. It was, we kind of on the ground, but it was mostly loud more than anything. It took about 30 seconds for the building to completely fall, and then they say it's going to be about a minute before the dust kind of settles here in downtown. So as you see, now an open gap in downtown, just some rubble that we'll have to work with next. Now the implosion comes after several start, stops, and delays to bring the building down over the last year. In January, Jacksonville City's Council approved Mayor Lenny Curry's $1.2 million emergency funding request to take down the building deemed unstable. Now the building is down, but the street closures will remain until noon, just so the demolition company can make sure everything is okay before they let traffic return to Bay Street. So for now, live in downtown Jacksonville, Haley Harrison, First Coast News. On your side.
I like people thinking big.
Haley, thank you. And now we go from Haley right there. Team coverage continuing at Tia Collins live. First things first, Tia. I felt it in my seat here inside the Comfy Studios, about 4 city blocks away. Were you shaking a little bit? Were you shook to the core? How was that?
Yeah, Lou, being right here, right next to the implosion, the lot next to it, you definitely felt the ground shake, and that explosion was loud. I actually have 2 residents here, Brad and Bernie McGuire. They've been living here for 5 years, and you can see they're in their Jags best today. Tell me, watching it go down, what was your reaction?
It's just like a party atmosphere. Absolutely loved it. I mean, I can't wait to go upstairs and check out my new view.
Did you feel the ground shake when it came down?
Yes.
Yes.
And what's surprising about it is that you hear all the explosions and then it's still standing. And then it finally just all at once it just goes down. And I'm very happy that the Berkman one is still standing.
Yeah, like you just said, you guys got to go check out, make sure your balcony's safe and a brand new view. So pretty exciting here. We have a lot more residents over in the corner. Lots of excitement. Even people like you guys had the champagne, people taking a drink, cheering when that building came down. So a lot of anticipation for a successful implosion here today. I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio. We'll keep working the ground out here. For now, reporting at Tia Collins, First Coast News, on your side.
Love the term working the ground. Lots of people going to be working the ground for quite some time. You can see the rubble there. That's the next phase. Of course, phase one, getting it all down. Phase two, you're going to have to get the excavator in here, get the tractors, and get all that mess out before the next step can begin of potential construction. And we see all the wonderful renderings that'll be coming downtown. Now, I'm seeing folks tweeting and sending messages that if you missed it, we are going to cue it back up because it was cool, and we're going to stay right here on air until we get the all clear. And I see Haley Harrison with Mayor Lenny Curry right now. Cool moment there for sure.
Well, Mayor Curry, how does it feel?
Finally, I've been working on this for 7 years to bring this down and start a new chapter, and we all just saw it happen. So not only have we turned the page and closed the chapter, we closed the book, and now we get to write a new book in that part of downtown.
And I know downtown revitalization is really important, but also the closure for the family of the worker who died in 2007. Have you spoken to them, or how are they feeling today seeing this building?
Well, as I said, I mean, you know, what was many years ago, what was supposed to be an exciting building in downtown, an exciting future, quickly turned into a tragic nightmare, and the reminder of that has set for over a decade. So, I'm surprised. You know, really sad incident. Next to this, continue to feel for the family. Glad we're moving on.
And this is kind of the start of, you know, a lot of things are going to be happening here in downtown. So do you hope this kind of gets the ball rolling in downtown?
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening, but you know, with all the good stuff, people continue to obviously talk about the eyesore that has been. And people are visiting, coming through our downtown, going to concerts.
All right, we're going to get back in. We heard the mayor there. Again, one of his promises, Haley Harrison reporting with us, was you're not going to recognize downtown Jacksonville when Mayor Lenny Curry's term has ended. And it's quite frankly the truth. So much there downtown, so much potential, as we know, on our North Bank and that riverfront property, that building, just stagnant. Just slowing things down. And if you think about, I don't know, having never tested the waters of real estate in the Berkman 1 building, but I mean, it's a riverfront condominium complex. And the fact that some of those folks with the southeastern or even northeastern easterly views out of the window have been looking into that for so long. As the gentleman put it, he's ready to go back upstairs and see what his new view is like. That's on the micro, but on the macro sense, we know the Jaguars have had plans, the ownership have had plans from, well, Lot J and what that was to now Riverfront and all the shipyards project, Metro Park, that development, and this would all connect there. We do want to, I see Rich getting in front of the camera, getting ready and raring to go. I want to check in with him as well. He had a interesting perspective from the South Bank side of things, actually over towards the Duval County School Board building. So let's take a look. You know, a lot of folks, if you weren't here immediately at 10, oddly satisfying, even just kind of watching that. I know if you missed it right there at 10 a.m., we were going to have every single angle. We got drones, we got the shot from the South Bank. North Bank picture there. Pretty cool. South Bank. Tell me the drone, bring me the drone. You know that's what I want next. Hopefully I get that turned around. Smoke reaching, the dust reaching the top of the Berkman 1. That's that shot, Berkman 1. Did I tell you we had a lot of angles of this? Oh, the drone, that's the money shot. Let's do that. That's really, really cool. Love seeing that over the St. Johns River. And lots of folks out wanting to check it out there on the boat as well. Gonna be a run on Windex at the Berkman 1 building there. A little dusty, that is awesome. Awesome stuff to see, cool television. Yeah, Rich Donnelly has been on the South Bank, just across the river. Tell me about the concussive forces, Rich. Did you feel it in your diaphragm? What was that like?
So, Lou, I've got to say, I didn't feel quite the vibration that I thought I would. And that structural engineer that we spoke with earlier in this week, he did say that the ground beneath Berkman Plaza as well as Berkman 2, very sand-based. So it would really deaden a lot of the vibrations. But I can say, it was awesome. It was so cool to see just a building just collapse in front of our eyes. And the hundreds of people who were here on the South Bank thought the same thing. We saw a lot of cameras out. We could hear a lot of cheers. People in the boats in the river in front of us. There was a total party atmosphere. And I must say, as I step out of the shot real quick, my photographer extraordinaire, Joe Mass, is going to zoom in on the rubble. And it is an impressive sight of debris that we can see across the river. It almost looks cooler now to see it post-implosion than the skeleton and eyesore that was there just mere minutes ago. We could hear a loud, the sound I think was most impressive for our vantage point, and then the cloud of dust. It almost consumed the jail and the JSO building behind it. There is what I can only imagine an unbelievably expensive yacht just to the left in the marina, just to the left from our vantage point of Berkman 2. That thing has got to be covered in dust. I can't imagine that there is a car wash alive that is going to be able to handle that kind of dust that we saw go up. But truly, just an impressive sight to behold here on the south bank of the St. Johns River. And I must point out, I chose to wear a black suit because one wears black to a funeral, and it's the end of Berkman 2 as we know it. We're excited to see what comes next, but for now, it was a very impressive sight to see from our vantage point. Lou, we'll send it back over to you.
I just can't help but note, you know, now you've got a gorgeous view of the St. Johns River over his shoulder. The jail, another thing. Atia Collins, I love seeing her live. She's got another wonderful spectator there hanging who saw it. I did have a question about tailgaters because it is very Duval to get out and tailgate an implosion. Was this gentleman here, was he enjoying himself out there, Atia?
Live TV is great.
Yeah, Lou, you're exactly right. They said it's very Duval for people to come out and tailgate an explosion. So that's kind of the atmosphere we had today. And we have Zachary Schumer here with me. He's a resident. Zachary, when it came down, were you expecting it to be that loud? And did you feel the implosion?
Oh, I felt it. I was ecstatic about it. The explosion was explosive, you know?
That's a good way to put it. And I talked to you earlier because you're going to go back inside, check out your apartment. Are you worried about safety or any inconveniences?
You know, I think it's the only thing I'm a little concerned on is maybe the elevators got, you know, stalled because there's a vibration sensor in the elevators. But honestly, any inconvenience can be solved with a glass of champagne, so we're happy about it.
And there's plenty of champagne going around out here. A lot of people celebrating when that building finally came down because I talked to Zachary. People have been waiting for this for a year, so just a lot of excitement. Like you said, Lou, it's a tailgate kind of atmosphere here. So I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio, but reporting right next to the lot of the old Berkman Plaza, Tia Collins, First Coast News, on your side.
Cheers to that gentleman there. And as he mentioned, he's going to go back up to his unit in the Berkman, in the apartments, the condos there. And this is a pretty cool look that we had from the building. And as noted, and as you saw, the implosion happened exactly as the contractor said it would, coming straight down. And from that camera, you can see the rubble left. And boy, is that a high pile they're going to have to deal with. But also, I mean, I'm just counting windows, and you can tell I don't see anything broken. I see everything pretty well intact there. Marilyn E. Curry, as they pushed the ceremonial plunger and marked the implosion. By the way, I am curious, was that attached to anything? Or was it truly ceremonial? The questions I'll need as this broadcast continues. I'm just hearing, and as we talk about damage and talk about things around town, no power outages have been reported by JEA. So there is that this morning. That is a positive, and there is an exclusion zone, I should say. We're going to wait and get an all clear. We're going to stay on the air with you till about 10:30 to just allow for the all clear to be given, and knowing it's all safe to kind of move about. But as we saw, the folks are allowed to go right back up into their apartment, which is right next door. Mentioned Marilyn E. Curry saying part of this, of course, is to kind of rid the city of just the dark past and the horrible memories of what happened back December 6, 2007, when Willie Edwards III, a 26-year-old, was killed in a parking garage collapse there that pretty much stalled everything. It stopped everything, stopped all development there. But also the logistical side of this and the practical side, he said you can't be a suburb of nowhere, foreshadowing more development, making Jacksonville a somewhere. Now, I personally believe Jacksonville's plenty of a somewhere already, but it could certainly grow and could certainly expand to what has been in that spot. Opens up a lot of opportunities for downtown. Haley Harrison had spoke to the mayor right after, and now joining us live there from the North Bank, where the Berkman 2 used to be right behind her. Hello, Haley.
Hey Lou, well you're right. So this kind of is a new chapter for a few different people. For the family of the worker who lost his life in 2007, Reggie Gaffney, council member for District 7, and Mayor Curry, both saying that, you know, this is closure for them, seeing this building down in downtown, but it's also opening up a space for downtown revitalization. Now, it's going to be a residential mixed-use building is expected to fill the space, and it's supposed to include apartments, townhomes, and retail space. Now, Gaffney actually told me today he hopes it'll be one of the taller buildings in downtown. He says he's asking the developer to make it 50 stories if possible, so more room to work with, again, with apartments, townhomes, and retail space. And this is only one of the projects that's coming to downtown over the next couple of years, or expected to come to downtown. So a lot of exciting things are in store for downtown in the future. Back to you, Lou.
I see Rich Donnelly there from the South Bank. Looks like he was getting somebody ready and raring to go. We're going to get to him here in just a moment. In fact, let's go to Rich right now, checking it out. Hey, Rich.
All right, Lou, as we were talking about, this was a family outing for a lot of people. Guys, I understand you guys watched the Berkman 2. Go around, tell me what your names are, and then also just tell me what it was like after we do the names to see an implosion here in Jacksonville.
I'm Fabrizio.
Fulvio. Lorenza.
Okay, and what was it like to watch Berkman 2 come down?
It was cool. We watched the City Hall Annex get blown up a couple of years ago, and there's a similar atmosphere. It was cool to. I mean, it's been there basically my whole life. I'm, at 19, so it's excited to see what comes up now that it's gone.
Very cool. And a really big loud boom and then a huge cloud of dust. What was your favorite part of today so far?
I mean, honestly, what just happened, it was kind of cool because, the way it worked and all the steps that happened and the way it fell down and how you really saw it.
Okay. And then all these people, all these boats out to sea, it was kind of like a party and a festival atmosphere, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite part of today?
When it, fell down. It was like, and like it made that white cloud.
Yeah, the big cloud of dust. Who can do the best Berkman 2 boom explosion impression? Oh, okay.
Me.
Give me a boom. Oh, that was a pretty good one. Can I get another boom?
I like that.
I think that was perfect. Hey guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. We appreciate your time. Lou, I'm telling you, it's a party atmosphere down here. A lot of people really enjoying themselves. Families coming out to watch. And, you know, it just, hearing from that young gentleman who said that this has been ongoing almost his entire life. Clearly that building has been in skeleton form longer than both of his siblings have been alive. So just putting that into perspective for people who are somewhat new to Jacksonville, that this has been a long time coming. But I will say it's really cool to see the explosion, the implosion, and then a massive pile of rubble. Certainly a lot of cleanup to do, but we're excited to see what's next. Back over to you.
Rich, tell you what, sets Rich apart. Asking the question, make the impression of the sound of the implosion. I think the young man got it pretty close as we take the various looks around. So go ahead and hit the record button on your DVR. We're going to re-rack it and show you all the angles we've had. Someone asked if we got something from the ISS. No, we didn't. That's the one angle we didn't have, though. That's from the Berkman 1. From Rich's point of view over there on the South Bank, this is what he saw and what that young man was doing the impression of. Duval Champ. And the sound you can't hear on the drone, but the visual on the drone angle, pretty cool as well. Just showing how expansive the plume of dust is. But as you saw, all the debris pretty much staying right there on the property. So even looking from that Berkman 1 shot we had, no broken windows that we saw, and JEA continues to report that there are no power outages in and around downtown. So even with all the concussive force from the explosion, we're all good. And look at all the folks out there on the boats, man, just enjoying a beautiful Sunday out there. Tia Collins was right there, right by the implosion. And it seems we've got ourselves another tailgating gentleman ready. And is this a resident who's going to be looking to see what their new view is, Tia?
Exactly. This is Dean Nix. He was out here kind of with the tailgaters. They're saying it's kind of like a tailgating atmosphere out here. So Dean, tell me, how long have you been waiting for this to come down?
Well, my wife and I moved here from Dallas in November of 21. But we knew Jacksonville was an up-and-coming city, and we wanted to be part of that and be close to the coast. And we bought a place in the Berkman 1 that everybody calls the Plaza. And so actually over my left shoulder is our balcony and our unit. So
yeah, what are you expecting? So you're going to be able to have a clear shot, no more skeleton building.
That's right, that's right. We couldn't see us when the Berkman 2 was still there, and now we can.
Perfect, perfect. So lots of excitement. We have our dog out here with you. Probably can't see the dog. We have some pets out here today watching this explosion come down. Like you said, tailgating atmosphere. A lot of folks, I actually heard, they might go celebrate after this. You gonna head over and celebrate, or?
Yeah, we already started with mimosas, and we've got brunch set up. I feel guilty because so many people have waited over a decade for this, and I've only waited a few months.
Well, that's okay. As long as you're here and celebrating and enjoying yourself, that's what we want to hear. So we're gonna stay here on the ground, but I'm gonna toss back to you in the studio. Everybody excited that this building is finally down. Back to you, Lou.
Tia, I know it has been a long wait. He's been waiting since he moved to town here this past November of 21. A lot of folks, almost 15 years. time waiting. What exactly is going to happen? I think one of the most popular questions, someone who's lived in Jacksonville or in and around Jacksonville for any period of time who brings someone downtown, what the heck is going on with that empty building sitting there? And that question now not inconsequential, gone. And the development that is supposed to be coming in its place, well, we'll see what that happens and when it happens with all future renderings for downtown. An interesting step, Mayor Lenny Curry saying you cannot be a suburb of nowhere, and to frankly move up in the world, you got to knock some things down. So some folks out there enjoying the views. We're going to have a ton of coverage here across all platforms on First Coast News. Of course, joining you here on air on firstcoastnews.com. If you happen to tune in a little late and missed all the views of the implosion, we're going to sum that up for you very nicely there on the website as well. Full coverage at 5 o'clock, or excuse me, at 6 o'clock when you join us tonight on First Coast News this evening. Because as you saw, we've got Haley, we've got Atia, and we have Rich there spread out and gathering all that content, including little kids watching and walking and doing an implosion imitations. Loved it, and we appreciate you joining us here today. Berkman 2 is finally downtown Jacksonville. Moving on up from here.
This has been a First Coast News special report.